Timothy Lowe here. Great to have your company this Thursday afternoon at the season opening major of 2024. This is what the top of your leaderboard looks like. It's Soyeon Jung and An Ji-hyun who share the top spot after matching 67s this morning. Almost identical scorecards, 6 birdies and a drop shot each, but a real logjam to follow. 10 players tied at 4 under par. A couple of them still out on the golf course in the afternoon wave. Park Do-young and Choi Min-kyung going along the best of the afternoon starters. Hwang Yo-min's already tasted victory so far this season. She'd be keen to add a major championship to that haul. This is Min-kyung at 11, and that's a little bit clumsy for Choi. It's 4 under par through her first 5 holes. It's been a string of pars since. And she's going to do well to keep the drop shots off her card. Some work to be done there at 11. Now, last week's winner at the next St. 9 Masters, Choi Yeon-woo, currently 2 under par. She's making the turn. This is a wedge into 10 and badly misjudged there. Goodness me, that's a good 10-yard short for Choi. Up that breakthrough championship at Gimhae Gaya at the next St. 9 Masters. Terrific performance there. Now to the defending champion, Lee Dae-yeon. Right up to 4 under par early, but just dropped a shot at the 9th, so looking to bounce straight back here. So that pin cut on the front right section of the green. It's a wedge as well for Lee. And that is very nicely done, coming off a really solid 2023 campaign where she picked up her 3rd major title here at Lakewood and won the Hana Financial Group Championship at Bears Best in a thrilling playoff against Minji Lee and Patty Tavatanakit. Said that back injury isn't quite 100%, but certainly well enough to be 3 under through 9. Now back up to 11, and Jun Yi-sung. Lovely spot here just underneath the hole. A birdie look for Jun to join the party at 4 under. Oh, well done. Slots that in. It is getting awfully congested at that 4 under par mark. I believe that scorecard will be updated shortly with her birdie taking her up into a share of 3rd. Now this is Hwang Yo-min. Wispy lie in that left rough. Should expect some release. She played for it. She's judged that one very nicely. Ro Seung-hui to get to 2 under. It's a little wide off the bat. Carved out a great opportunity, but unable to take advantage. The 23-year-old yet to win on the KLPGA Tour. Min-kyung, now 31 years of age, still chasing that elusive breakthrough title. Did come close at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship back in March. Runner-up finish to Lee Ae-won in the sweltering heat of Phuket. Well, that's a lovely par save for Choi Min-kyung. Stays within 1 of your 2 co-leaders. Now came up well shy with that second shot. Choi Yeon-woo. definitely fought to land this one on the green. She's got some real estate to operate with. Yeah, pretty well judged there. Hasn't missed a cut yet this year, but that victory last week in Gimhae-Gaya, her only top 20 finish of the season. Bang Shin-sil coming off a debut, a major championship debut on the LPGA Tour last week at the Chevron Championship. Turned a lot of heads with a solid performance there. Big hitting Bang. This one's heading left. Okay, gets a fortuitous little kick. And that is where she is so dangerous. Plenty of power. She's green high in 2 at the par 5 11th. Currently 2 under par. Already a pair of victories last season in her rookie campaign. Now can Dayon bounce straight back from that drop shot at 9. This for birdie at 10. Should move a little off her left. And she holed out so beautifully last year at this championship. Nothing's changed really. That's a 5th birdie of the day for Lee Dayon. Now Park Hyun-kyung ended that, was it 2.5-year winless drought with a emotional victory towards the tail end of last season. 2-time winner of this great championship. She's been a picture of consistency this season. 4 top 10s in 5 starts. Hasn't finished outside the top 4 in her last 3. She's certainly one to watch this week as we return to Hwang Yo-min, who currently leads the money list through the first 5 tournaments of 2024. Get herself into red figures here. Yes, she can. Lovely birdie there. Lovely shot into 11. She too has had a nice start to the season, currently inside the top 10 on the money list. There's a beautiful massage chair, an injury-preventing massage chair, if my notes are to be believed here, up for grabs on the par 3 12 today. The winner will go home with one at the end of this championship. No massage chair, but a great look at birdie upcoming for Jun Yi-sung. This is where she's got to take advantage of that power and the opportunities it creates. Shin-sil just off the edge of the green at 11, trying to ride it up that rise. Not quite going to make it. That's a little clumsy there from Bang. She would know it. She would have expected a much better look at birdie after 2 decent hits. Min-kyung. Flag only 8 paces from the front edge here on 12 today. Lovely shot there. Best finish last year was the 3rd at the Jeju Samdasu Masters. Did have a 5th place finish at the Daiwinia MBN Ladies Open. Now Shin-sil. A lengthy one for birdie. It's a slow one up and over the rise. It's just going to be a par. become runner-up at the season opening event in Singapore. To Lee Jae-young. Now, Ro Seung-hui. It's a 6-iron from this slightly elevated tee box. Three pretty good tee shots into the 12 from this group. Go back down 11 tee and moneyless leader Hwang Yo-min. Bit of a pocket rocket she is. Not the tallest out there, but she can give it a good amount of pop at the bottom of the swing. Still springtime in Korea, so can expect some cooler temperatures in the morning, but it really is a lovely time to get out and play some golf if you're in this part of the world. Not too much humidity to speak of. Great temperatures as Hyun Kyung looks for a birdie here at 11. Just a little firm. One of only 3 players in this championship's history to have successfully defended the KLPGA Championship crown. Taeyeon looking to become the 4th this week. Looked a little late there. Club face wide open at impact. Has she managed to save it at the bottom of her swing? Not quite, but again, with this being a par 5, no real damage done there for Taeyeon. I saw that great approach from Choi Ye-rim. This one is nothing more than a right edge putt. Yeah, and that's another player we've seen just slam it straight through the break. It's a lot straighter than the girls think from past that pin. Now, a birdie look here for Choi Min Kyung at 11. Just moving to a share of the lead. Gave it an early walk. Not sure if she thought that was missing or going in, but it's going to stay above ground. Shinsil to tidy up for par. Don't give the hole away here. We know it doesn't move back left. Okay, well done. No damage done to the card, but it's not going to leave a very pleasant taste in her mouth. So, Seung-hui for back-to-back birdies. Okay. It's 2 in a row for Ro Seung-hui. Nicely holed. Now, Eunwoo back down the fairway. Probably just out of reach here. Potentially could just try and chase it up if it gets a hot kick. Not quite, but that's left nice and handy. So, Yi-sung, can she tie the lead? Beg your pardon, it's back-to-back birdies for Jun Yi-sung. And now there's 3 deadlocked at the top. A 5th unanswered birdie of the day for the one-time KLPGA Tour winner. sees her move into a share of the top spot. Yo Min looking to lay it up handy here on the 11th, unable to get home in 2, so just playing for her favorite yardage. It's important it keeps that in the fairway. It's going to give her maximum control, trying to attack that pin on the upper plateau. Yeah, Shinsil. So 6-iron be a pretty popular club choice for the group ahead. I don't think this is anything more than a 7, maybe even an 8 for Pang. Went after that hard. I'm inclined to believe that was an 8-iron. Could have done with the 7. Now, Park Hyun Kyung. This one should just be a smooth 6 for Park. When it gets breezy, you don't want to be ballooning your ball up and spinning it into this breeze. Makes it that much more unpredictable. Oh, beautifully feathered in there from the 2-time champ. Somewhere behind that squeaky flagstick is Lee Daeyeon, who could have some issues with this lamppost in front of her. He's going to have to just keep it slightly left of it and hold that club face open. Yeah, did well there from a bit of an awkward spot. So that birdie from Jun Yi-sung now makes it 3 atop the leaderboard here on day 1 at the KLPGA Championship. came up just a little shy on the par 3 11th at Bang Shin Sil, so now pitching up towards this front right flag. Well, it's not bad. The putter's going to need to bail her out of some bother here. Now up to Yisung, a new co-leader at the 13th. Now just coming out of the left rough here. It's a 6-iron in hand. Pin today all the way in the back left, couple of bunkers short, so we'll have to look out a fraction right. Yeah, did the right thing there, just find the middle of the green, take your chances with a 2-putt. Min Kyung has the luxury to try and take on this flagstick from the right edge of the fairway. Just a little wide, but not bad. Decent for distance. Quick one for Hyun Kyung, coming straight down the hill. We'll have a bit of movement off the left for her. Oh, and another one just peels off low, and that's gone trickling on another foot or two. Dion can get it close, but the important thing is just to make sure that she covers that little ridge. It kicks the ball back down to the green if it's undercooked, so got to fly this at least 100 yards. Make sure you pitch it on that back step of the green. A little deep there, but not bad. See if she can figure out the read from past the pin on 11. We've seen everyone miss it right so far now, coverage. First look of the afternoon at Son Ju-hee, the amateur. 115 meters left to go on the 18th. Getting this one to chase on. Oh, go on. Go on. Oh, wonderful shot there from Son. To the par 3 17th, by the looks of things. The 5th, excuse me, and this is Park Do-young. Just catching that greenside bunker, and that was coming in from a great height. Certainly hope that isn't plugged. She's bogey free on the day. Two-time player of the year, Kim Soo-ji, 3 under the card, trying to draw that back off the backstop, but that is well deep for Soo-ji. Starting on the back 9, 3 birdies in a row, par at 17, and well, she's just through the back of the 18th now. Bit of a speedy chip and run left for Hwang Yo-min here at 11. Just got to land this in the fringe. It will trundle along down to the hole. Someone's asking for that to go in the cup. I'm pretty sure she'd happily take that result. Deft touch there from Huang. Already a two-time winner on tour. Formerly the third best amateur in the official amateur golf rankings. Kyung ball just trundled through the green on 13. A bit awkward here up against the collar. And coaxes that one down nicely. Not easy, those shots. Always a little bit of guesswork. The ball's rolled up against the first cut of rough. Again, we are just coming out of spring here, so maybe that dormant grass helping out Min Kyung on that occasion. Not as dense as it would be a couple of months down the road. Now Dayon a long way right here. We know it's downhill, but we know it stays pretty straight at the cup. He just doesn't want to take that last little bit of movement to the left, but still, after a bit of a squirrely tee shot, I think a par is very acceptable for Dayon there at 11. So, Jenny Sung looked out towards the fat side of the green. Now she's got a putt of some 30 feet, just over a little hump, which should speed it up in the last 15, 20 feet. Yeah, judged the pace pretty nicely there. Choi Yun-woo just slips one past there at 11. Always hard to back up a win with a great performance the following week. You do get very drained at the end of a championship as we go up to Son's little tap in for birdie at 18 to turn at 1 under par. Bunkered here. Again, unsure if that ball's buried or not. Can't tell from this camera angle for Park Do-young. Well, it looked like the lie was okay, but just caught it very heavy. And she is in danger of dropping her first shot of the afternoon. Suji, just the back of the green. Pretty elementary little chip shot here. Watch how quiet she keeps her lower body. Just a rock of the shoulders. Great technique. Picked up a wonderful victory at the Hanwha Classic last year, Kim Soo-ji. Second major title to go along with her Height Jinro Championship at Blue Heron a couple of years back. Now Park Do-yeon has played 2, still not on the 5th green, this par 3. Pretty much all she could do from there, just accept the fact that you're going to drop shots in major championships, but don't drop too many at once. Bogeys are acceptable. You can always bounce back from those. Doubles, well, they can be costly. So bogey 4 slides her back to 3 under. Hyun Kyung into this 13th. Ideally, you just want to turn a little draw into this back left hole location. Easily one of the best hybrid players in the game. Is that going to hang on to the green? Looks like it will. Now up to 12 and Lee Dayon. Leaked her last tee shot out right. Is that a little right as well? Ooh, just clears the green side trap, but it's fine for Lee. Bang Shin Sil, enormous tee shot. She can pretty much take it straight at this left flag. And attack she does. Lovely swing there. Excellent shot. To the 14th. Ro Seung Hui. Pins cut just 12 from the front, 6 from the right. Don't want to leak into that right trap, so understandably just playing out a little bit left of the pin. It's a good smart shot there from Ro. Jun Yi Sung. Ideally, just want to hit some kind of high carving fade into this whole location. Just have it come down nice and soft. Ooh, took a bit of a nasty kick to the left, but again, that's okay for Yi Sung. 2 top 10s already this season for the 22-year-old. Rounding out this group, Choi Min Kyung has been a professional since 2011, so this is going to be her 12th year on tour. Still yet to win one of these championships. Oh, got it a little bit heavy, but no damage done. To 18, it looks like. The second shot of Jun Yu Ri. Gets a nice little bit of release there. She's currently 2 under par with a look there to take her to 3 under. So Dayon. Just want to land this in the fringe like Wang Yu Min did back on 11. That leading edge really got tangled up in that wispy rough, and now there's a little bit of work to do left for Dayon, who was just cruising along nicely. Wang Yu Min looks like a slightly better lie. And a much better result. Oh my word. Rattles the flagstick, spins around, but stays above ground. At a par will do the card, no harm at all. Birdie effort for Park Yoon Kyung. those just past mid-range putts should have a little bit of influence from left to right as it gets to the cup. Good positive stroke there, but bit of meat left on that bone for the now 5-time KLPGA Tour winner. So Lee Dayon at 12, take 2. This now for par for Lee. Gave it a great effort, but it's the second bogey of the day for Lee Dayon. Now Shinsil will hit at 13 for a birdie. This one's coming uphill, so she can give this one a bit of a run. Just a little pacey that, but again, a good positive effort. Miss it on the high side with good pace. Frontage of the green at 14 for Choi Min Kyung. Just putting through some shadows here, which does tend to make distance judgment a little bit trickier. Yeah, that putt was left wanting, really. Never looked like it had the conviction from the get-go. Good tee shot here from Choi Yun-woo into 12, excuse me. Good chance to get up to 3 under. Stay up. Oh, it just snaps so hard at the cup. You can see there. Looked good about 3 feet out and then never looked like going in once it got to a foot from the cup. So another outside look at birdie for Chen Yi-sung to break out of that 3-way tie. Not this time, but a pretty simple 2-putt par is going to keep her in a share. Hyun Kyung, bit of tidying up to do for her par at the 13th. Okay, no mistakes there. Year in, year out, easily one of the best putters in the KLPGA Tour, never far from the top 10 or top 15 on the putting stats at the end of the year. Drop back down the fairway and catch up with Hwang Yo-min. Need to leave this down the right half of the fairway, but this one looks like it's well right. Yo-min, and oh dear. Well, there's a penalty area down there, but it sounded like it caught some lumber on the way down. Jury's out on where that one's finished. Now would have got a good line read off Chen Yi-sung's putt earlier. See if Roh Seung-hui can take advantage of that. Just need a little bit more speed, but again, par is fine. Dayon. A tee shot from Yo-min. I've just got her attention here. She leaked a couple right. Can't afford to leak one right here. Like a much better swing. Got through onto her left side. waited for it at the top, didn't rush that transition, but it's going to catch that left-hand trap. But she's far enough back where she should be able to get it up and over that lip without too much difficulty. Par putt for Choi Min Kyung, who's had a bit of a messy journey up this 14th. A bit of right to left in it. No, never really looked settled over that one, did she? So a clumsy bogey from the middle of the fairway. That's going to drop Choi Min Kyung back down to 3 under par. First bogey of this opening round for Choi. Now Junyu Ri at 18 to turn in 33. Yeah, good try. That's a fairly tidy outward half for her again. Began her day on the 10th tee. So still 9 holes to play for Yuri. Park Do-young just coming off that bogey at the 5th. Looking to bounce straight back. Only 110 yards left into this 6th hole. Pinned a cut all the way in the back left of the green, and ooh, that is well deep into the 6th, so some more problems there for Park. Oh, Kim Min-sun 7 gets that one to stop on a dime. Surely moments away from getting herself to 2 under par. Choi Eun-woo makes this pin tough to get to. Is sometimes you get these hanging lies like Eun-woo's got here, ball below your feet, which does promote a left to right shape. Tough to get close to these left hole locations. Very easy to do what Choi's just done. Hang that one out to the right. Still safely on the green. Now Lee Daeon, it's a bit of a flatter lie, but she's coming out of this fairway bunker. So important to try and keep a quiet lower body. Got to pick this one cleanly for it to cover its full yardage. Oh, that is special. That's a touch of class there from Lee Daeon. There's a reason why she's got 3 major championships. Pretty much play it from anywhere. When she is healthy, she is one of those that you fancy her chances to be there or thereabouts almost every single week. We saw the tee shot of Hwang Yo-min go well right on this 13th. Question is it in the penalty area? Has she gotten a break? Sounded like it hit something wooden on the way down. Not sure whether that was a stake or whether that was the tree to her right. Or whether it's found the penalty area and taken a drop. Well, there's your answer. Scoring tells us this is her 3rd, so into the penalty area off the tee and now dropping and playing 3. That one goes well left, so Hwang Yo-min in all sorts of trouble here at the 13th. Now Hyun Kim hit at 14. Good tee shot here, straight down the middle. Haven't seen too many get close to this front right hole location. That's pretty good. Excellent distance control. Shinsil again coming in with a lot more loft than her playing partners. Should be able to get this one to spin. Oh, what did I say about no one getting it close? Step up Bang Shinsil. Beautiful shot. Still 3 at the top. Chen Yisang, she's been giving herself opportunities, but unable to separate herself from the company of So Yeon-jung and An Ji-hyun here on day 1 at Lakewood. So fourth shot now after driving it into the water on the 13th for Hwang Yo-min, the current moneyless leader through the first 5 events of the season. They have to conjure up something special here. Well, she's not going to escape unscathed, but limits the damage to just a bogey 5. These are the things you have to do with these major championship conditions. Everyone's going to have drop shots, everyone's going to have poor swings, but if you could limit the damage and take your chances when you have them, usually that's a recipe for playing your way into contention come Championship Sunday afternoon. So Yo-min will slip back to even. Now, Park Do-eun just bogeyed the 5th. It's been a bit clumsy here on the 6th. That's a pretty well played little chip shot there. Should be able to scramble away unscathed. Now birdie look for Park Hyun-kyung. You're at 14. Pretty flat section of the green. Should want to turn a little right at the end. And one finally drops for Park Hyun-kyung. That's more like it. Lovely 3 there at the 14th will move her into red figures for the first time this week. Now, like the birdie putt upcoming for Choi Eun-woo. Going to come over that hump and then should start to move from left to right and gather pace. Oh, straight in the bottom for Choi Eun-woo. Last week's champion continuing to hold putts. Chan Yi-sung at the 15th now. It's par 5. Coming out of the left edge of the fairway. Kyung, really clumsy bogey back at 14. This 15th has been offering up its fair share of birdies today. Pretty generous hole location in the front left corner of the green, just 7 from the left edge. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, Dion after that sensational shot from the sand. For a bounce back birdie. No, lost it low early. Still, it's going to be a par. She'll stay at 3 under. Back up to 15. And Ro Seung-hui playing partners with a couple of solid shots in already. She'd love to complete a hat trick. Just inside of 80 yards. Yeah, and that's a little pedestrian from Seung-hui. Shinsil after that sparkling approach into the 14th. Can she capitalise here? Got to be careful here. If this isn't hit with conviction, easy for it to slide off low right. Never a doubt. Lovely birdie there from Bang Shinsil. Moves to the fringes of the top 10 at 3 under. Yeah, tee shot at the 15th for Choi Yun-woo. Promise you that's not a 7-iron. That is in fact a driver for Choi. And that is another fairway hit for the now 2-time KLPGA Tour winner. Picking up a win early in your season just does such wonders for your confidence. You know, not only you get that 2-year exemption that comes with a regular season triumph, 5 years if it's a major like the KLPGA Championship, it just puts you in a nice frame of mind. You don't have to worry about trying to battle for your card towards the later stages of the year. You just in that state of mind where you can freewheel it, just take your opportunities when they come and let the chips fall where they may. That one's going to just skirt down the left edge of the fairway, but it's absolutely fine for Hwang Yo-min. Hasn't lost her turn on this hole, so it's Ro Seong-hui first to putt for birdie. Maybe just a hint to left or right in this putt. Just creeps by the right edge. Good effort though. Dion also with driver, not an 8-iron as that graphic would like to lead you to believe. Oh, that's left, but it's gonna hang on for Lee. Min Kyung, bounce back birdie. Maybe just a hint of right to left at the end. No, tried to ram that in straight. Never allowed for enough borrow on it. So she too is just gonna walk away with a par. So a fine opportunity here for Jun Yi-sung to finally break out of that share of the lead and take the top spot on her own. Right little wedge shot in there. Should be minimal amount of break in this. Be just inside left edge. And we have a new solo leader. Jun Yi-sung hits the front at 6 under par with just 3 holes left to play here in the opening round of the 46th KLPGA Championship. So Dion, left edge of the fairway. There's a little concern off the tee, but she's okay and actually has a pretty good angle to this right pin. But has she leaked it right again? Yeah, it just looks a little quick and snatchy from the top for my eyes. Dion sort of rushes into that downswing, doesn't allow herself enough time to make that transition. Just getting a little stuck. Is the 7-time tour winner. Park Do-young on the other side of the golf course. Her third shot into the par 5 7th. Pin 7 from the right edge, 28 from the front. They play a sort of mid-flight chaser. Oh, got that to bite like a police dog. Lovely shot there from Park Do-young. Choi Yun-woo split the fairway with a tee shot at the 14th. Good position to attack now. Oh, it was on line. Maybe just needed half a club more or a bigger first bounce. Oh, surprise, surprise. Bang Shin-sil going for a par 5 in 2. We should just be off her right here. Start at the hospitality stance, just let it ride on the draft. Oh, it is such a weapon, that power she possesses. That is an eagle opportunity upcoming for Bang Shin-sil. Yeomin last to play into 14. It's just a 9-iron from 114. Oh, and like Bang Shin-sil before her, almost a carbon copy shot. Lovely stuff there from Hwang. Just love how committed she is to almost every swing she makes. There's never any sort of steering going on. Seon Kyung plays her third into 15. And it's a good one. Choi Rim, she has come close on a number of occasions on the KLPGA Tour. A terrific chance to bag a breakthrough title a couple years ago in Jeju. Does have a top 10 already this year at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Time for 4th there. Like Hyun Kyung. There's a lovely little fizzing wedge shot in. Birdie look to come for Choi Rim as we drop back to Lee Daeyeon, chipping from the front edge of this 14th green. Had a lot of break to contend with there, judged it well. Three pretty much identical tee shots into the 16th fairway. It's going to be Ro Seong-hui first to play into this green. He's got an 8-iron from 97 meters. It's going to have to be a pretty smooth one. Seems like plenty of club. Yeah, well done there. Pin's only 6 on the front edge. That was nicely controlled there from Ro. Could she make another one? Choi Yun-woo with this right to left at 14. Oh, she hit it. She hit it. Oh, she was up and out of it quickly. I think she knew maybe just not the solid contact she was looking for off the putter face. Now Min Kyung. Just want to carry it past that front edge. It's a full pitching wedge for her, so this one should stop quickly. Yeah, perhaps a little too quickly. Still not a terrible spot. As we quickly slide back to Hwang Yo-min's birdie putt at the 14th. That's what champions do. Great response there to the bogey at 13. Immediately bounces back with a birdie at 14. Chen Yi-sung set to play into the 16th. She leads by 1. Should just be a wedge for her. Carry it past that front edge. This one will come to a pretty abrupt halt, but yeah, just didn't sound like very solid contact. Again, not the worst spot in the world to leave it. That's a pretty makeable chip shot she's left herself. Of course, would prefer to be putting, but again, sometimes in golf, it's not so much how good your good shots are, it's how good your bad shots are. As long as they don't cost you too many strokes at the end of the day. Now, Shinsil for eagle at the par 5. Needs to hurry. Just about into almost automatic range for Bang. I have to think almost every par 5 at Lakewood reachable in 2 for her. So we go up to Park Do-young. Get herself back up into a share of 4th at 4 under after that lovely approach into 7. Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, Choi Rim for a birdie 4 here at 15. Oh dear. Just looked like the backswing was a little long there and had to decel into the ball. Not really a good combination if you ask me. Surprised by this choice of club for Chen Yi-sung, electing to putt this one. The old adage goes, if you're trying to make it, chip it. If you're trying to get it up and down, putt it. Maybe just not fancying the lie for that 3rd shot. But the defensive option will yield a par. Keep her nose out in front at 6 under. It has been a very solid display of golf from Chen Yi-sung so far today. Now to Park Hyun-kyung. Watch this tempo never changes with this club in her hand. It's like a metronome. Back-to-back birdies. And Park Hyun-kyung starting to make her move on the back 9 Thursday. Choi Min-kyung has been a little bit tentative with this club since we hit the back 9. We'll see if she can put a positive wrap on this one at the 16th. Shinsil, all that's left to tidy up for her birdie 4. Takes a step closer. Really, should have birdied 11 as well. So she's at 4 under par for this opening round. So Roh Seung-hui can't get that one to stay high enough. Very disappointing par 4 there after such a fine approach. It's a clumsy birdie putt, effort I should say, from Choi Rim. Oh my goodness, and yeah, you're standing on this green, you're walking up to this green thinking, right, I've got a chance to get myself into red figures. And you walk off with a bogey 6 after a 3 putt from out of nowhere. That's a real disappointing drop shot there for Choi Rim. Dayon back down in the fairway. Just going to try to leave this one handy. I'll settle down in that right rough, so it's going to come up with a bit of topspin. But she's leaked this one out right. No harm done. That swing's just looking a little bit out of sync for the defending champion at a couple of spots in this back nine. Do Young coming out the left rough into the 8th. Going to make it tricky to stop it in the front hole location. It's just 10 from the front edge. And played that with a lot of loft and very craftily done there from Park. Choi Wu laying up with a hybrid here, so really trying to nudge this one as far down the fairway as possible. So out of the right rough at what looks like the 18th. So we find Kim Ji-hyun, who's had a very solid opening round, 3 under the card. Oh, oh dear. Oh no. That's a pretty steep bank there. That could very well end up in the penalty area. That is a real shame. He's playing so nicely this opening round, and that is going to be a very unpleasant way to end her day. Now, Hwang Yo-min, 213 meters left, so it's in the go zone. She's going to need to catch all of it, though. There's trouble short and left of this par 5 green. Oh, certainly got all of it. What a shot from Hwang Yo-min. Nice shot indeed. Tell you what, the resilience of this young lady, the ability to bounce back. Poor shot on 13 leads to a bogey. There's 2 good swings and holds a nice putt on 14 for a bounce back birdie, and then this absolutely sublime 3-wood, setting up an eagle opportunity for the moneyless leader to get herself up to 3 under par. Ro Seung-hui with that brand new Mercedes-Benz up for grabs at the 17th. Chen Yi-sung with a 6-iron. She's looked pretty locked in to me all day long. We'll have another birdie opportunity upcoming at the par 3. Dayon. 3rd shot into the 15th. Again, just not pleased with something. He's really just scunging it around this back nine. Go up to the 18th. Second shot in of Choi Ka-bin. Oh, it's going to be for a putt for a 67. Lovely shot from Ka-bin. Choi Eun-woo got it down that fairway as far as possible, so it should just be a smooth wedge in for Choi. Oh, wonderfully controlled shot. Such a nice feeling in golf. You play one of those three-quarter wedges, feel that ball sliding up the club face, perfect flight, one hop, it pulls out the handbrake. Now can Choi Yerim respond after a very disappointing three-putt at the last? You bet she can. Nicely worked off the bank there for Choi Yerim. To the tee box at the 17th, and Choi Min Kyung. Ooh, ooh. Hyun Kyung back at 16, is trying to feather one in from 81 to this elevated green. Oh, she's got it locked in now, doesn't she, Park Hyun Kyung? That's going to be for 3 in a row. Bang Shin-sil, second in the greens in regulation category on the KLPGA Tour this year. And they've got it surrounded there at the 16th. A trio of wonderful shots and 3 looks at birdie to come for this group. Dayon got the scrambling boots on again here at the par 5. Maybe just caught that a little low on the face. There's something just a little bit off since Lee Dayon made the turn. So birdie putt here at 8 for Do Young. Just enough pace on it. Well hauled there. Back-to-back birdies for Park. 6 on the day. Worryingly for Lee Dayon, she's played 4 shots. She's still outside her playing partners. Bang Shin-sil's got an eagle putt, and Choi Eun-woo's got a birdie look. So an important momentum putt for Dayon early in her title defense. This for par. That's very nicely holed. Something clearly bothering her. We certainly hope it's not the back, which has had its fair share of injury issues through the years. And I think if she can post something in the 60s here on day 1, she's going to be pretty pleased with her opening round efforts. So Yi-sung to extend the lead. Yeah, Not on this occasion. So she'll head to the par 4 18th with a one-shot lead here in the opening round of the first major championship of the new year. So for a round of 67, Choi Ka-bin, little right to lefter at the last. Well, low all the way. At a 68, it's going to be a very solid way to start her week here at Lakewood Country Club. Just the one bogey coming for Choi back at the 9th. Hwang Yo-min for eagle to take it a 3 under par. Go on. Such a brilliant second shot. Deserves a 3. Oh no. He just tossed up whether she wanted to start that outside left or on the left edge with pace. Tried to force it in and unfortunately just wasn't quite high enough. Choi Min-kyung scared the hole with her tee shot, but still no gimme just yet. Okay, nicely hole. That's a good 2. Back to 4 under par. Yeah, Choi Yun-woo for another birdie here. She's starting to string them together. 2 in her last 3 takes her inside the top 10. Now Bang Shin-sil hit it the 16th. Left to right slider for Bang. Now just a little left. So I have to settle for par as we return to Hwang Yo-min looking to tidy up here at the 15th. Choi Yo-rim missed one from around this range a little bit earlier on. But no such problems for Hwang Yo-min. Not to be the flashy eagle, but that's a pair of birdies taking her to 2 under. Scoring pace has been pretty impressive so far on day 1. 2 under par, a share of 30th. Let's to get back to evil. No, it was low for Choi Yo-rim. And the putter's going ice cold for Choi towards the closing stages of her opening round. So should be a formality here for Park Hyun-kyung after that excellent approach. Indeed it is. Park Hyun-kyung has turned on the afterburners towards the end of her round. That's a 3rd birdie in a row. 2020 and 2021 KLPGA Championship winner. And Wu back down on the tee box. back to the home hole, and Choi Min Kyung sort of sweeps around from right to left. There's trouble short left of the green, but you can take a big chunk out of the dog leg, only leave yourself a flick wedge into this short par 4. Just a little bit right, but that's okay. Hyun Kyung to the 155 meters, 17th. Just took a bit of a firm bounce. It's going to release on a touch, but that's okay. You know, she'd love to put the shine on this stellar opening round of golf. Chun Yi-sung. Good tee shot away here. She can attack. Oh, just a little wide, and it's going to catch that fairway bunker. And that stance could be a little bit awkward for Yi-sung. Yeah, Shin-sil. Don't think her ball's going to take quite as firm of a kick as Hyun Kyung's from the great height that it descends from. Leaning like she's pushed that a touch. Yeah, not by much though. It's worked out pretty well. And to the final hole of her day, Park Do-young. Currently one of 3 players at 5 under. So Jun and Han Sun-ju, they're all in the clubhouse. Do-young. Just the par 4 9th to play. It's given up a couple of bogeys already today. But that is going to be pretty handy for Park Do-young. Could she race home to the clubhouse with a couple of birdies and post the 66? Now back to 17, and Choi Ye-rim does like to move the ball from right to left, so a left pin does sit nicely for her eye. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness, that close to a brand new car for Choi Ye-rim. You can't believe it. Goodness me, I've seen a couple of good ones into the 17th already. Just get the feeling someone's going to be driving away with that new EQB electric Mercedes SUV by the end of the week. You just get that sense, don't you? Yeah, Choi Yeon-woo to this elevated green at 16. Seen a couple of players pepper this pin already. It's a pitching wedge for Choi from 104 meters. Plays about 3 meters uphill. It's about a 115-yard shot. That's going to take the slope. Yeah, well done. Well, so very close to a hole-in-one. But it's going to be the simplest of birdie tap-ins that takes Choi Ye-rim back to level pegging for this opening round. Have another look at this. Remember, that's that new Mercedes EQB up for grabs for a hole-in-one. Left hole location, sets up nice, pitches it in a great spot, almost drops in for the elusive ace. This is actually a good opportunity for Daeyeon. She safely negotiated the tee shot. She's leaked a couple of these shots out to the right, but There is a bit of a shoulder that kicks the ball back left onto the green, so she's got a bit of a buffer here. Maybe just in between clubs. Ended up throwing that long. Still, it's an outside chance for Lee Dayon. I mentioned this could be a bit of an awkward stance. She's rolled far enough into the bunker where the lip of it's not going to be affecting her. Still going to be ball below her feet. There's trouble left, so just important to keep a steady, stable base here for your championship leader. Oh, did she catch that little heavy? Well, maybe, but it's going to get a nice bit of release up the green. And it's all worked out pretty well for Jun Yi-sung. Hwang Yo-min. Fancy her chances of getting this one inside a 6 to 8 feet. It's only 61 meters left. Oh, she has got some pair of hands on her, doesn't she? Superb shot. The 21-year-old. Choi Min Kyung. Beautiful shot there from Choi. So she'll have that to post a round of 67. First, Park Hyun Kyung from just the back edge of this 17th green. Should be a gentle downhill slope to start, and the last 6 feet should start to meander a little right. Just never really hit it hard enough. Oh, has she? Oh, has she? Goodness me, that rolled out another 2-3 feet. Park Hyun Kyung cannot be contained. That's 4 in a row for Hyun Kyung, who all of a sudden gets herself within 2. How about that? Oh, shame on me. I'd given up on that putt long before she did. Great birdie. Do Young to post 66, and then with 3 birdies in a row of her own. No, not this time. But all in all, a very good day at the office for Park Do Young. Shinsil. And she matched Park Hyun Kyung's birdie. Oh, you bet she can. Let one slip by at 16, not the case on 17. The birdies are flying here on day 1 at Lakewood. What a back 9 these two are putting together. That's 3 birdies on the 17th hole for Shinsil, Hyun Kyung, and Choi Ye-rim, who almost made an ace. Now Do Young, all that's left for a round of 67. Yeah, well done. Really solid opening round there for Park Do Young. Just the one drop shot back at the 5th. Lee Dayon, outside look at a birdie on the 16th. This one should move from left to right. Good try. So, for a 65. Beg your pardon, this is Ro Seung-hui. I'm getting Seung-hui and Jun Yi-sung just mixed up a little bit. This for a 69 for Ro. And a 69 it is. Very good stuff there. The 22-year-old Ro Seung-hui out in 35, home in 34. But around in the 60s right now. Simply has you in a share of 20th. Such has been the torrid pace of scoring here on day one as Choi Yun-woo just slips one past there at 16. Oh my. That is just a straight up lapse in concentration. There are no gimmies out here in professional golf, and she could rue that one. That is her first bogey of the day. Like Choi Yun at that 15th hole, it just came out of nowhere for Choi Yun-woo. Now this is Jun Yi-sung, and this is most definitely for a round of 65. Gave it a run. Back down, or back up, I should say, the hill. So we find Park Hyun-kyung, who has been on a hot streak. 4 birdies in a row, coming to the 18th. Who's to say she can't make it 5 if she finds the fairway here? Yeah, just down the left half. Should stay in the short stuff for Hyun-kyung. Hwang Yo-min for 3 birdies in a row. They appear to be rather bountiful on this back nine. Hwang Yo-min gets herself inside the top 20 at long last. With a barrage of birdies since that drop shot at the 14th. Now Shin-sil only needs a 3-wood for position. I have to say, I have come to admire that golf game. Really like the way that she swings the club, plots her way around the golf course. Remember, it was here at Lakewood last year that she shot to prominence with no status on tour. Finished in the top 5 here. Did pick up another runner-up finish before finally breaking through at the E1 Charity Ladies Open and securing full status for the 2023 season, where she would finish 3rd on the Rookie of the Year points race. Now Min Kyung to post 5 under par here on Thursday. Yeah, just slips it in the edge, but that's well done. That was runner-up last season to Lee Won at the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open. Her only win on tour came back at the Ever College and Queen's Crown in 2021, but Jun Yi-sung, for the moment, in pole position at the KLPGA Championship. A bogey-free round of 66 sees her 1 clear at 6 under par at the end of her opening round. Still a bit of golf left to play. Bang Shin-sil, Park Ju-young and company still out on the golf course, but it's Yi-sung who leads the way by 1 at this stage of this year's KLPGA Championship. So the clubhouse target set at 6 under par after Chun Yi-sung's lovely opening round of 66. A host of players at 5 under par. Couple still out on the golf course. Hong Yo-min from the back edge of the 17th green. The birdie run's going to come to a bit of a halt here, but still 3 under par. Early days in this 46th KLPGA Championship. Still plenty of holes to play. Bang Shin-sil laid up off the tee with a 3-wood. Second into the last. Just trying to keep that club face open. Cut it into that back flag. And Bang Shin-sil, one of those players who could very well tie the lead with a birdie at her closing hole. Park Ju-yong, the Daibo House D Open champion of 2023. She's got plenty of holes to play. She too at 5 under. Now Lee Daeon for a birdie. Looking to become only the 4th player in history to successfully defend the KLPGA Championship. Oh, and the pace. That was badly misjudged from Lee Daeon. Well, made a great par-saving putt a couple of holes ago on 15. She's going to have to do it again there at 17 as we go up to Hyun Kyung. Breeze freshening into her face. She approaches this closing par 4. Stuck a little quick there. Choi Yen-woo, great tee shot at 17. Just a 3-putt from out of the blue back at 16. And all is forgiven as she rolls that one in for a lovely birdie at the 17 to take her back to 4 under. This looks like Yoon Ina. It is Yoon Ina. We're coming back after a suspension on the KLPGA Tour for an alleged cheating incident at the Korea Women's Open a couple years back. She's a former winner on tour. She'll have that to get back to even par. Hyo Da-bin on the other side of the golf course, coming towards the end of her opening round. Second shot into 9, and it's a good one. Now, another tester for par for Daeon. Oh, and she's up to the task once again. Really good par-saving putt there for Lee. Yo-min just exercising the appropriate amount of care and consideration over this par putt at the penultimate hole. Okay, center cut, never in doubt. Where it all comes to a head Sunday afternoon, the 340-meter par 4 18. Just a gentle dogleg round from right to left. There is that little fairway trap on the right that will catch the player's eye. 230 meters to carry it, right about 215 meters to get to it. So it's a narrow little sliver of fairway these girls hit into. They have the option to move the tee up, try to tempt players to carry it over that slope, leave themselves much shorter shots in. But the pin today cut in the right-hand section of the green, 19 from the front and 5 from the right edge. So it is attackable if you do manage to find the short stuff off the tee. Choi Rim sizing up this birdie putt from right around 35 feet. Going to come up a gentle slope. We'll want to move off her left. Decent speed there from Choi. With the scoring pace the way it is, you figure she's going to have to throw something in the mid-60s tomorrow to keep her chances alive going into the weekend. This looks like Park Ju-young coming into the par 5 15th. Sawed off follow through there, trying to trap this one in low, get tons of spin on it, just pitched it a touch too far. One of the more emotional scenes. Took a year off to give birth to her first child. Came back and won on the KLPGA Tour for the first time in 279 starts at the Daibo House D Open last year. Oh, I was going to say not again, but Park Hyun-kyung isn't going to race home with 5 birdies in a row. It's just going to be the 4 and a par at the last. Still, that's an opening round of 68 for a lady who's looking to join some illustrious company. Only 2 players have ever won more KLPGA championships than her. She could make it a 3-way tie with a 3rd triumph come Sunday here at Lakewood. Just got to avoid that fairway bunker down the right for Choi Yeon-woo. She can't avoid it, and she's rolled into the sort of far section of it. The lip might be a bit of an issue there for Choi. So Shinsil for a share of the opening round lead. Not to beat, but a solid 67 to start her week. Bogey free on the day, birdie 3 of the 4 par 5s. She's only 1 back at the end of this opening round. Yeomin with the 3 woods, looking to start it at that trap and just turn a little draw off it. Leaves it into the trap, and she's also going to roll up against the far lip. So a bit of a loose swing there for Hwang Yeomin. Now, Ju-young. Back edge of 15. This is going to come downhill. We'll want to snap to her right about halfway. Yeah, not going to stay up, is it? That's a bit of a knee knocker. She's left herself a par. Hugh Dabine just leaves it in the jaws on the 9th. Another player posts around in the 60s here in the opening round. Dion, the back edge of the green. This one's going to be coming sort of across a hill. It was pretty hard from left to right. Had the line, just lacked the pace. To 16, Park Ju-young. For a 35-year-old, she can give it a good poke out there. It's coming in with a soft wedge. Just a little bit deep, but a decent opportunity awaits. Plenty to smile about in the life of Park Ju-young these days. Now, Choi Yeon-woo for a par at 18. So that fairway bunker claims another victim. It's going to be a bogey for Choi Yeon-woo. Should be around a 69 for last week's winner. She certainly felt she did enough to be Rookie of the Year last season. Hwang Yo-min was just pipped to the post by Kim Min-byul. Min-byul's consistency in the bigger events, the main differentiating factor despite Yo-min's victory at the Daiwinia MBN Ladies Open. Still, there's work in this one. Just a left edge putt. Got to keep that head steady, that putt accelerating. Well, roller coaster ride on this back nine comes to an end with a double bogey on the 18th. That one's going to sting. It's still a 1 under par round of golf for Hwang Yo-min. That was a topsy-turvy track around the inward half at Lakewood. Got to the 16th and a birdie look here. Move a little from left to right. And in it goes. Good birdie there for Kim Se-ro-mi to take it back to even par. Which is where the projected cut currently sits. 60 in ties. We'll make it through to the weekend at the end of play tomorrow. It was a bit scruffy on that back nine. Lee Dayon had it 4 under par early doors, but ultimately just signs for a round of 69 still. That's a very solid opening effort in defense of her title, as Choi Yeon-woo will match her with a round of 69. Ju-young to tie the lead. Does it come back that much? Not quite. Not a shot you practice a lot, this one for Yoon Ina. Ball's just on the edge of that bunker, still on grass. To try and keep that lower body as stable as possible. Wipes it a fraction right, but it's okay. I've been treated to some excellent scoring here on day one of the KLPGA Championship. 6 players tied at 5 under par, all chasing Jun Yi-sung, who sits alone at the top of the leaderboard after that opening round of 66. Just a delicate little one left for Yoon Ina here. Just look to land it past the fringe with a bit of check. Yeah, pretty nicely judged. And even if she pops that in, it's going to be an opening round of 73. For someone who at one point in the last couple of years would have been the bright, shining star, the bright future of the KLPGA Tour, before that cheating allegation and suspension eventually derailed that. Still, she's only in her early 20s. She's got plenty of time to reach the great heights of the game. Park Ju-young stuck at it for plenty of years now. Finally a KLPGA Tour winner at the end of last season. Finds herself one off the pace here in a major championship though. She's had some close calls. Ju-young, Korea Women's Open, Hanwha Classic, Haight Jinro a couple of years back as well. And she's got that first win. How about her first major title for the very popular Park? So right to left birdie look here. Park Sul-hui. It's going to stay above ground. Level par 72 to start her week. Jin Yong is currently 1 under par, second shot to 16. Oh, just pitched a little soft in that fringe, took the sting out of it. And Yu So-yeon too, in for a round of 72 as well. Now An Song-yi playing alongside Jin Yong. She's 1 under par. Two-time winner on the KLPGA Tour, 33 years of age now, Song-yi. Yet to miss a cut this season in her 3 starts on tour. It's going to be an open round of 73 for Yoon Ina. And that Ever Collagen Queen's Crown back in 2022. Park Ju-young, the back of this 17th green. 33 years of age. Came close at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, finishing just inside the top 5 there in a share of 4th with the closing round of 68. Ooh, had a look, didn't it? And that's gone racing on past. To the group in the fairway on this 18th hole. Kim So-hee, Ji Han-sol, and Thailand's Kasuma Michai. Han-sol first to play, not having the best of days, the 3-time champion. Back at 2 over par. It's been a pretty rotten start to the year. She's found a sand-filled divot, and it's kind of summed up how things have gone on home soil this year. Top 35 finishers in Thailand and Singapore to start the year, but yet to make a cut in South Korea. It's the weekend at the Weave Championship and the Mediheal Hanko Kilbo Championship. Now, Ansongi. Downhill slider upcoming here at 16. Yeah, so many players missing that one low. Park keeps her in red figures. Uphill look for Lim. So it should just tiddle to her left as it loses pace. Oh, well done. Nicely holed. Good birdie there. Takes her to 2 under. After that double at 8, she's really kept her head on a swivel. It's back-to-back birdies. Now, up at the last. Kim So-hee. Just drifts that one wide. This looks like the par 5 7th on the other side of the golf course, and one can only hope that this is actually an eagle putt from the back edge of the green for last year's Rookie of the Year, Kim Min-byul. All things considered, pretty well judged for pace there. Ended up in 2 playoffs last year, one of them for the Korean Women's Open, a 3-way battle. On G1. Also a participant in that, the eventual winner, and of course against Hwang Yo-min. Now this is the last. And pretty well judged little chip and run shot there. For Kasumi Michai. Stellar talent from Thailand. Couple of wins on the Thailand golf circuit, now applying her trade here on the KLPGA Tour, but that's been a round to forget for Kasuma Michai. Round of 80. Now back to Kim Min-byul to get herself to 4 under par. Much like Bang Shin-sil, very much plays that power game that is so exciting to watch. Comeback of a par for Park Ju-young. This was a couple of moments ago. It was worth the wait. Kim So-hee. It's been a bit of a rough day here for the 30-year-old So-hee. She could at least finish on a positive note. Not to be, so all three players in this group going to record over par opening round. 76 for So-hee and 80 for Kasuma Michai. Ji-Han Sol will have a putt for a round of 74. Only one birdie on the card of Kim So-hee today. Back on the tee at 17. Just off that birdie at 16. Lim Jin Young is going to find the correct level of this green. Tied for 24th in Singapore, tied for 35th at the Blue Canyon Championship in Phuket. And unless Ji-Han Sol's got something special in her, it could be a third straight miscut of the year for the three-time winner on tour. Okay, ultimately it's an up and down par at 18. It makes for rather disappointing scoring. Just 2 birdies recorded between these three fine players in this group. Back down on the tee. Is that a driver in the hands of Park Joo-young? Oh, indeed it is. I mean, she's no powder puffer, so we'll definitely have to take a line that favors the left half of this fairway, unless we bring that bunker into play. Someone in the gallery liked it, and for good reason. That is now in prime position for Park Joo-young. Now to the tee at 17. Song-hee. Sounded a touch heavy, but it's going to get a good bit of release up that slope and is going to finish up in a very nice spot. Looks like Kim Min-byul at the 8th. Coming out of the right rough, so the angle's a little bit better to this front left pin. We'll have to play for a little bit of release coming out of the thick stuff. Yeah, read the line nicely. Good solid shot. Coming out the fairway. Well, the forward Kim Soo-ji a little bit more control on this one. Never moves the ball from left to right. Pretty much a stop draw player. So she loves it when the hole is cut on the left-hand side of the green. Case in point right there. Fine shot from Kim Soo-ji. Lots of highlights already today. We start with some action from earlier on in the championship. This third shot into the 15th hole. Wonderfully managed for spin control there. And then at the par 4 8th. Ticklish downhiller here for An Ji-hyun. Not a problem at all. Should go on to par the last for an opening round of 67, and at that point was good enough for a share of the lead. And coming into the 18th, Soyeon Jung. Well, she would give Ji Hyun some company at the top. An excellent approach, setting up a 6th birdie of the day. And a share of the lead in the 67. At the very first hole of the day, Bang Shin-sil, power player, had to lay up at this par 5. It showed that she can make birdies the conventional way on these long holes as well. Nicely played wedge and a well-read putt, finding the bottom of the cup. And Choi Min Kyung, she had the putter rolling early doors. Birdie at the first, a par at the second, then a birdie there at 3 to take it a 2 under par. And then at the 4th, she would add a 3rd birdie of her front 9. And why stop it 2 when you can make it 3? Another birdie there for Choi Min Kyung. 4 under par through her first 5 holes. Absolutely flying at this stage. And then at 7, Bang Shin-sil, after a couple of pars, got back amongst the birdies. Surprise, surprise, Bang Shin-sil birdieing a par 5. That got her 2 under par. And then at the 9th, Jun Yi-sung already 2 under par to this point. Roll that one in to turn in 33. And then at 11, she would collect another to take it a 4 under par. The 2021 Evercollegian Queen's Crown champion, looking for a 2nd tour title and a first major championship. Was certainly checking all the boxes. And then look at this fine tee shot at the par 3 12th. Got a fine kick and would settle up to about 6 feet. It all counts for nothing if you can't make the putt. Thankfully, make the putt Yi-sung did. At 40, Bang Shin-sil, very tidy little wedge shot into this point. Hold that little slider to take her to 3 under. And meanwhile, on the other side of the golf course, Park Do-young was 4 under par before a bogey at 5, picked up a birdie at 6, and then a wonderful little wedge shot there. Found her a birdie at the 7th. We saw some brilliant shots into the 15th. Bang Shin-sil, utilizing her power, found the green in 2. Eagle opportunity awaits. A little bit shy with the pace, but a very simple 2-putt birdie will take her to 4 under par. Park Do-young came out of the left rough to this spot at the 8th. She would find back-to-back birdies, taking her to 5 under, where she would finish her opening round with that 67. At the 17th, Choi Min Kyung did drop a bogey at the 14th. This was all over it. Absolutely all over it at 17. And rattle that one home for a deuce. Her first since the 5th hole. At the closing par 4 18th. She'd go flag hunting once again. Never won on the KLPGA to Choi Min Kyung. She's never lost her card either. With that closing birdie, she would sit in a share of 2nd place alongside 5 other players at 5 under par. At 17, Bang Shin-sil, pin high with that tee shot. Gave herself one final look for birdie. 5 birdies and not a drop shot on her card. A blemish-free 67 to start her week here at the KLPGA Championship. So there you have it. Plenty of birdies, a couple of eagles, some great shots here on day one at Lakewood. Can Park Chu-young find one more birdie at this 18th hole and take a share of the lead going into Friday? Whoa, she's given herself a chance. Excellent shot there for Park Chu-young. It's a 1.3 billion Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week. Yeah, go back to what looks like the 17th hole and a birdie look here for Lim. Has she hit it? It's trying to stretch. But alas, we do not hear the clink of confirmation that that ball has found the bottom of the cup. Now Min-byul on the other side of the golf course. She's got a chance to get to 5 under par. It's proved to be a pretty popular mark here on day one. Yeah, can't expect to make too many putts of that range, but it's going to be a tidy par 4 for Marcia's Rookie of the Year. An Sung-hee. Pro all the way back in 2008. Up 2 wins on tour, but hasn't won since the 2020 Phantom Classic. And she's not going to find another birdie there at 17. Kim Soo-ji, very tidy shot into 8. Something different here. Normally likes to putt with the flagstick in, but she's pulled it out. Not that it makes a difference. The result has become all too familiar for us who watch the KLPGA Tour. Kim Soo-ji slowly marching up that leaderboard. Back out to 7, and Junyu Ri to get to 4 under par as well. That's nicely holed. Just the 1 win in her career, but she's made plenty of birdies here on day one. To 18 and Jung Seul-gi. It's been a bit of a difficult day, a difficult season so far for Seul-gi. Yet to make a cut this year. Not so much the case for Park Chu-young though. Very much enjoying being back out here on tour amongst old friends. And in the mix for championships once again. Frustrating end of the day for Jung Seul-gi. 1 over par opening round for her. 2 over par, beg your pardon. That was for par on the last. 74 for her. These are outside the top 100. Park Chu-young. 279 starts before she first entered the winner's circle on the KLPGA Tour. This for a closing birdie and a share of the opening round lead. Very nicely done, Park Ju-young. An eagle at the 13th, just the one bogey at the 6th. Comes home in 32. And as we were at the beginning of our telecast, we've got two tied at the top. Park Ju-young alongside Jun Yi-sung as the shadows begin to lengthen around Lakewood Country Club. So it's Ju-young and Yi-sung who lead the way at 6 under par. A quintet of chasers headlined by big-hitting Bang Shin-sil at 5 under par, just a shot back. Two-time KLPGA Championship winner Park Hyun-kyung. She blitzed her way home with a couple of birdies over her closing couple of holes. She's at 4 under par alongside her great friend and 18-time winner on tour, Park Min-ji. Mada Som, who came so close at the Korea Women's Open last year, narrowly getting edged out in a three-way playoff to Hong Ji-won. She's also at 4 under par. Park Hyo had a wonderful 45th edition of the KLPGA Championship last year, continuing her love affair with Lakewood Country Club. She's at 4 under. Song Ga-eun, who's been splitting her time between the KLPGA and JLPGA tours, she's at 69 as well to start her week alongside Kim Jae-hee, who won the season opener in Singapore. Big Mama An Sun-ju, she's part of the group at 2 under par, including Hong Jung-min and Park Ji-young, who picked up her 8th KLPGA Tour title at the Mediheal Hankook Kilbo Championship a couple of weeks back. Han Jun-seon, two-time winner of the Hai One Resorts Ladies Open. She's at 2 under par with 2 holes left to play. And, well, Hwang Yo-min will be disappointed with that double bogey at the closing hole to tot her around in a round of 71. Well, see there, 59 players in red figures as the curtain falls here on day one at the KLPGA Championship. But it's Park Ju-young and Jun Yi-sung who sit atop the leaderboard with a share of the opening round lead at 6 under par. It has been a lovely opening day here at Lakewood in the season opening major championship of 2024. If this is anything